So first off, obviously the results in October weren't exactly what we were expecting. How are you feeling after the past 3 games?
Yeah, no, it's disappointing to lose those games. It's always going to be difficult in playing in the sort of Premiership, although some of those teams we played last year as well. So we looked at some areas, but I thought we've actually come back into a wee bit of form for the Cup game. So some of the areas that we looked at, they seem to perform pretty well in. So really looking to kick on in this next block of 6 games and try and secure a good foothold in the Premiership as we go into 2020.
So looking back at the Jeds game and the 7th game, where do you think it went wrong?
I think there was a bit of mental frailty, shall we say. Just when things go wrong, we just seem to combine an error with another error. So we've talked about that with the guys and tried to identify some sort of remedies and that, and hopefully we'll see that coming through. If something does rock the boat in the future, then we're able to deal with that a bit better. So a lot of it was our mistakes that led to their scores, both in the Jed game, the Selkirk game, as well. So it's not that we're letting in scores easily from them attacking, it's more our mistakes. So we cut out the errors and we're going to be in games.
I overheard you last week at Aki's saying I asked for a performance and I got performance. Did you see a real massive improvement from Selkirk to Aki's, and what was the main difference?
Definitely, I think everybody that was there and can compare it with the previous games can see that, and most importantly the players could see it, could feel it, and I think they were just mentally more attuned into what the game plan was and to go out and execute it. So there was a lot better execution of skills, especially in terms of defence. We put in some really good shots in terms of and sets of defence there that restricted them. There were still a couple of wee errors that allowed them to score, but we've cut down on that. So it's about progressing and getting that better and cutting down even more, and that's what we're looking at to do for Saturday's game.
Looking to Saturday's game, obviously GH had a fantastic result last week against Aberdeen. How much do you look at how well they've done so far this season in the build-up to this game?
You have to take some sort of consideration in what their form is and where their strengths and weaknesses are, and look at that to plan ahead. But really, we've kind of talked to the players, and I think what we're really looking to do is just focus on ourselves. So get ourselves in the right frame of mind, get ourselves in the right physical state, and get ourselves in the right tactical state as well to go out and perform. And yes, you also have to take into consideration where GHA are strong. They like to play a kind of move about ball type of game as well, so it's about restricting their opportunities and not letting them in easily when we give them ball, or if we give them ball. It's maybe just try to kill that as quickly as possible. That's one of the main focuses is going to be.
In the run up to the end of the year, are there any other key games that you see as winnable or really important?
Yeah, I think going to this block of 6, I think the game at the start of this 6 and the game at the end of this 6, so GHA and Hawks, they're ones that we've talked about really thinking about. Those are targeted games in terms of let's go out and really look for wins there. Yeah, we're obviously going to win every game that we possibly can, but they're the ones that we say, right, let's look at those 2 bookends and then try and fill in between as well, and that'll give us a really kind of good springboard into 2020.